They want to be part of my world. Waiting on my brother, you know, when it's me, it always take long. If I was running late, that shit wouldn't even be here. It would have left already. And that's just the name of the game. Now look at my nose. That's the name of the game, you feel me? But since they want to get you, they always got to pretend. Look at that. They be waiting on me to lose everything. They got the truck. This how they be. They ain't got no story, man. Everything they say is a made-up story. Don't ever believe them. Rule number one, man. Let me show y'all niggas how to think for your own self. So you don't get caught up in the loop. You don't get caught up in the loop. You feel me? If you see something like my situation, where you see something unreasonable being done to me, unreasonable, not even if it was reasonable, it's still not up to somebody to take it upon their hands. This is simple. If you see something being done to somebody that's unreasonable, why would you want to be friends with that person? Even if that was for your friend, you got to keep a close eye on such a person. If they're capable of doing that just one time, they're capable of doing it again to you and anybody else. I'm just saying, once there's an opening and somebody allowed themselves to cross a certain line, then that means that they'll be capable. Even if you think, oh yeah, it's true, it's capable for it to happen to you again, it's also capable for it to happen to you too. Always put yourself in other people's shoes. And that's actually a talent. I didn't even know. Because I always put myself in other people's shoes and I can actually feel their pain. I can actually feel it, but I can't tell them that I know how you feel because it's unfair. But I can literally feel it. You can feel the pain. You can just feel it. You're like, ugh. It just hits you different. You know what I mean? You can feel it. I can't even describe it. But if that person is capable of doing it to that somebody, especially somebody that they know, or a stranger, even worse, that means they can do it to you anytime. So that's how you think. You gotta be. Don't think that you're so special that it cannot happen to you. That's naive. That's how I used to think. I used to hear stories like what I'm going through, and I thought I was naive enough to think it would not happen to me because I thought I was special. I'm like, hell no, that's my man. He would never do that to me. Like, oh no, I'm too strong. Like, nah, I mean, nah, ain't nobody that crazy to do that to me. Like, you feel me? That's how we all think. Like, sometimes it doesn't even come across our mind. We just having fun, you know what I mean? We've demonized the person long enough for us to do that to that person. We don't even see the person as a human no more. Although he is a human, we've justified it to happen. Like, it's justifiable, you feel me? It's like to the point where everybody's going along just to get along. But just know that when they finish with me or anybody else, you're next. You got to keep an eye on such people like that. Even if the government allows such things to go on, you shouldn't even do it. There shouldn't be a law that is passed that handicaps you from doing something bad. That should be something that is essential to you, that you shouldn't want to do it. You feel me? Just because they said that should not kill, that should not steal, doesn't mean that because there's a law or rule or policy in place, that's the reason why most people don't do it. But if that rule and the policy was not in place, they wouldn't have the common sense enough not to do it. And that's the problem. You shouldn't want to do it in the first place, regardless of what law is passed. They don't have to pass a law for you to do what's right. You should want to do what's right. You should be an advocate for that. You should be in the front line. Like, you feel me? Like, nigga, why would you wait for a law to be passed for you to do? It makes you feel like it's like a child. You got to put a rule in place for them to follow the rules. Without the rules being in place, they can't think for themselves not to do it. I pride myself on that. I'm like, nah, I don't even have to know the law. I know what not to do and what to do. Because we know right from wrong. You feel me? So whenever you see a group of people or an individual who is proudly doing it in the open without no shame, just know that for the right price, they will do it to you too. You feel me? That's my bus right there coming. But they will do it to you too. Because they have no boundaries. They have no self-respect. If they had any respect for themselves, they wouldn't involve themselves in that kind of activity. It's simple. Gotta go.